This is going to be another chat, and I'm just kind of like going off the dome. I just really felt inspired to do this. I came off of a challenge of off Facebook, and it's kind of like a prayer challenge. It's a group. And what they would do is they would have teachers and they would do lessons every morning, every evening, and they would also pray and it cover different topics. And man, that last um lesson was so powerful. It was about preparing yourself, um, truly preparing yourself for like a godly relationship, a godly marriage, and things like that. But it was really just focusing on you. So whether you want marriage or not, just um, empowering yourself, becoming a better version of you is, you know, that would have just, if you heard it, it would have done so much for you. It really truly blessed me. But I was just sitting here and I kept on saying to myself, I need to empty my life out. I need to empty my life out so God can fill it up. Because in the past, I have filled my life with so much stuff, you know, um, of things that are not good for me, things that do not serve me, actually things that may actually be fighting against me, things that are just taking up room. I'm just ready to be open and available for God, something that we don't think about. A lot of times we just want to start anew. Like we just want to, okay, I'm just going to start today. And I know we kind of teach that too, like come as you are, and, doesn't matter. But we have to realize in our spirit man and our inner man, there are things that we really need to get rid of, like old ways, old habits, sometimes old people, things, you have to get rid of it. I've told this story before on my channel in one of my videos how I got this concept, and I think God was showing me early. When I was younger, I had a best friend. Her name's Brittany. Her sister was named Tiffany. And it seemed like every summer I would do my own form of spring cleaning, and I would go and clean out my closet and got rid of stuff I couldn't wear anymore or just didn't want, or I would get rid of it and give it to Tiff. To Tiff, it was a new gift and she was really happy about it. But for me, it was old clutter, and just, it was something that was just taking up space, and it was preventing me from adding to myself. But it seemed like as soon as I got rid of that stuff, my closet just filled up more. Like my mom would take us shopping, or I would get clothes from my sister or something. She would pass down some stuff, some hand me downs, some nice hand me downs. It was always something, and my closet would just get back full before I knew it. And so I learned early on, in order to really be blessed and to truly um, have the capacity to hold what God has for you, you have to clean out your space. You have to clean it out. That's with anything. You can apply this principle. I mean, anything, even when it comes to the body and diet. It doesn't matter how much stuff you try to put in to yourself, and that's on the physical, spiritual level. If you do not clean yourself out, if you do not get rid of things, then you will not have the space or the capacity for it. I you know what I notice is a lot of people, especially now, because we just entered into 2020, so everybody's on this. Nobody's saying, not saying that, I haven't heard anyone say it, but they have this whole idea and this attitude of New Year, New Me. You hear a lot of people, they're joking. I've even joked and said, not in 2020, not in 2020. But what are we doing to ensure that our 2020 is really filled with new? What are we doing that is really filled with everything that's good for us? You know, um, I just know for me personally, some things that I'm doing to clear out and open up my life. Number one, I'm starting back with prayer and fasting. I talk about prayer and fasting a lot. But this is the key. You always want to start there. You want to start with consulting with God. You have to. Before a rich person, before they go and spend large amounts of money and try to almost empty out their bank account, you know what they go do? They go and consult with an expert. They go consult with their financial advisor. And so, with that same concept, before you start just getting rid of things and trying to extract from your life, you want to go consult with the Father so you can make sure that you are getting rid of the right things. Because the enemy will trick you and tell you, you don't need to talk to this person no more. You need to quit that job. You don't need that, that spouse anymore. You don't need to invest in that. You don't need this. You have to be careful, listen to the voice of God, because the enemy's voice is very tricky. um I love, love, love the story of Jonah, because one thing that people, or I haven't heard anyone pull this out, so we all know the story of Jonah and a well. Jonah was a prophet of God. He was told from God, I need you to go to Nineveh to prophesy to the people there. Jonah hated the people of Nineveh. So what did Jonah do? Jonah decided he was going to sail the opposite way to Tarshish, something like that. So Jonah ends up getting on this ship to Tarshish, and he's in there with a bunch of strangers. Jonah goes down to, I guess, to his room or his area. He sleep, and then because God is upset with Jonah's disobedience, he brings on a great storm, right? So they're on this ship, you know, and probably most of these people are strangers. I know for sure that Jonah is a stranger to them because, he definitely wasn't supposed to be going that way. But God brings on this great storm and it's rocking the boat and it's raining and all this other stuff. And what they begin to do, because they pray to their gods, and of course their gods do not answer. And so they figure, okay, something is on this boat that is causing this storm, right? So they were like, we got to clean it out. We got to get rid of something. We got to get rid of something. What do they start doing? They just start throwing all their stuff off, all their personal belongings. They're getting rid of stuff when the thing that they really needed to get rid of, or the thing that God was trying to get the attention of, was down inside the ship, Jonah. So they got rid of all of their personal belongings, things that they probably could have used, things that may have been of value to them. They got rid of those things. And all they had to do was go down, go inside, go beneath, and get Jonah, And so we do that so much in our lives. We will go, and I've seen it so many times. I have friends and family that get in relationships, and those relationships are not, going the way they think it should go. So what do? They get rid of family members. Oh, if I get rid of this family member, if I stop talking to these friends, maybe my relationship will go better. If I stop doing this, if I stop going here, maybe he will love me more. If I, dress this way, or if I act this way, and I get rid of myself, you start to lose yourself, get rid of things in your own identity, then maybe she would love me more. We do this all the time. We get rid of stuff that we're not supposed to be getting rid of. So that's my first tip. You want to go and you want to consult with God, and the best way to do that is through prayer and fasting. Another way to empty your life out is to read the Word. The Word of God gives you so much insight. It gives you so much insight, and it brings about something that we don't necessarily talk about liking, but it's a good thing. It brings about conviction. When you surround yourself with the Word of God, it brings about so much conviction that not that it necessarily empty you out, but it will help you to abstain from certain things as well. It will help empty you out too, because that's another way of hearing from God. So getting into the Word of God, reading about God's way of doing things, God's way of family, God's way of marriage, God's way of stewarding your finances, God's way of friendship, God's way of your work life, and how to be God's way of love. So when you read those things, it helps you, brings conviction, which will help you to possibly get rid of things in your life that you need to. But more than anything, it also helps you to abstain from doing things as well, and it also helps enrich you. Um, Another tip that you can do to help empty your life out, um, whatever you put in, you know how they say you are what you eat. This kind of goes into fasting, but not really, because you don't necessarily have to fast to do this. But also watching your diet, the things that we put inside of us sometimes hinder us um, from the way that we function. I notice when I eat more clean, when I'm putting better things in my body, I have more. My dreams are clearer. I sleep better at night. I feel better. I'm more energized. I feel more receptive to life. I feel more receptive to heavenly information that can be downloaded. Um, so, diet is a great way. Changing up your diet. Um, Another thing that you can do is physically get rid of things or clean up your life. Um, this blessed me because I remember um, this. I've been married twice, and my first marriage, I remember being so depressed, and I remember I would always keep a pile of clothes on the floor in me and my husband's bedroom, and he hated it. He hated it. For some reason, I couldn't bring myself to clean up. I could not understand either why it was so hard to get rid of these pile of clothes. Well, what you have going on the inside of you will manifest on the outside. So the clutter and the hoarding that I was doing was a physical representation of what was going on inside of me spiritually. So I learned to learn how to clean up my environment. I learned to fight through that. Clean up your environment, and that'll create a clearer mind. Okay. It is hard. Sometimes you have to make yourself. This doesn't always work for someone who's probably really deep inside of that. But if you're not that deep, like I was, sometimes even in my house now, I noticed that, you know, oh, you got some laundry that's building up over here. You need to go and fold these clothes up and put them up. Or I noticed, a little bit too many, too many dishes in the sink. I I will go around and I will make sure that I'm cleaning up after myself. I'm straining up. Another thing that you can do, get rid of things. Do not keep clutter around. Sometimes I go through things and I get rid of things that I don't need anymore. I give away stuff. I throw things in the trash. I learn to get rid of things that I don't need, things that don't serve me. Um, and what's another tip? And to help empty out your life. Um, Taking a hard evaluation of the things that you are engaging in, people that you're talking to, places that you're going, activities that you are engaging in as well. Anything that you can look at and be like, I would be ashamed to tell someone like a spiritual mentor or someone who looks up to you spiritually this information, or I would be ashamed to tell someone that I'm talking to this type of person or I'm doing this with that person. Anything that is questionable, anything that you feel like that you will be ashamed of, not just being private, because I'm a very private person, but anything that you will be ashamed of, get rid of it. Be okay with blocking people. Be okay with unfriending people. Be okay with getting off of social media for a little while. Learn to do a hard self-evaluation of things that's taking up your time, people that are taking up your time, people that are not adding substance, people that seem like every time they come into your presence, it's a fight, it's a war, or it's some ungodly engagement. Learn how to start getting rid of those things and feeling unapologetic about it. Um, when you do these things, when you do a combination of all these things, you start to feel lighter. I got home today. I was out today, had a pretty good day. And it was getting kind of late, and I was driving, and I couldn't wait to get home and meditate on the word of God, do some prayer. Like my whole focus was different. I didn't have a lot of craziness on my phone. I didn't have a lot of craziness around me. I came home to a clean house. I had literally just came out, left from out to eat. I ate very clean out, no meat, vegetable plate. I didn't get full. I drank lots of water. I felt great. And because I am emptying out my old life, I'm emptying out those old ways and old habits. God is pouring and downloading so many blessings and positivity into my life that is unreal. And I'm thankful for it. And I'm going to continue to do it until it's not even until, this is something that I will always do, because as you go through life, you want to continuously do this as you elevate and grow. If you feel like if you have the same life, if you have the same, like everything's the same, a lot of people praise stability, and there's room for stability. There is room. It is needed in certain situations, and it's needed at times. But if your life is constantly the same, if you were doing the same thing at 30 that you were at 20, or 40 that you were at 30, if you are only around the same type of people, only having the same conversations, there's no challenging, there's nothing new, there's no elevation, then you have to reevaluate some things. You might need to empty out your life to allow God to flow through. Um, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Like I said, I may or may not make a part 2 of this. This is strictly off the dome, but I think this is one of the key things in order to start a real spiritual journey. We always talk about spiritual journeys as being something, because being something like, oh, I saw numbers, or oh, my spiritual journey started with me getting into saging and smudging and things like that. We want to say spiritual journeys only start by some what we would call extraterrestrial or paranormal contact. You can start your own spiritual journey. You can ignite your spiritual journey. You can ignite it the right way, in a healthy way. There's room for certain things. I'm not going to get into all of that, but what I'm talking about is taking control of your life, taking control and understanding that God has so much for you, but you need to be ready to receive it. And you need to have the room and the capacity to. So, I want to just encourage people. Like I said, I'll try to make a part 2 with even more tips. And these will be off of personal experience and things I've done. The babies are waking up now. So I'm going to go ahead and go. Please like this video. And also subscribe to my channel. I have more content and things coming to you soon. I've been extremely busy, but I'm trying to get some more things in. I'm actually about to venture out to some other stuff that I've been promising you all. So please like it, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I put out a video. If you have any questions, comments below. If you are going through this, if you need help with this, please let me know. I have done this. Really quick. Oh gosh, I keep saying I'm good, but my birthday, and I'm going to make a whole video about this, but my birthday is August 8th, 26th, 1986. My birthday is filled with the number 8. 8 means new beginnings. So in my life, whatever my soul contract is about, I have a lot of experience in starting over. I have a lot of experience of new beginnings in my life. And I didn't understand it until now. I didn't understand until I learned to break down, you know, my birthday and learn a little bit about numerology. My birthday is filled with so many new beginnings. 8, August 8th, 226, 2 plus 6 is 8, 86, another 6. I mean, another 8, so I do have a lot of experience. I've gone through some things in life where I have constantly started over. Um, and I really feel like, for me personally, mastering stability is going to be a good thing. So, but if you have any questions, I would love to help you. Or if you just have any comments, just leave them below. All right. Love you guys, like I always say, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.